Arse there, cooksters, it be me, Captain Luke and Silly, yes, I'm here for a surprise visit, yo, our celebrity chef, oh, young Mr. Anston, well, he's taking a bit of a sea-batical, so I'm here to take over the tiller just for this week, just while he's away, I'm going to be teaching you a good old maritime fish recipe, we like fish at the sea, so we really got off the time because they're all about, right? This be a family recipe. Me dear old Dar used to scream it from the cell. And it be right simple too. Only took me 13 visits to get it in the old brain pan. Right, that's what it is. It's salmon. Pan-fried salmon in dill and caper butter sauce. Sounds right tasty, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to show you what it is. And I brought me cooking implements with me, right? I brought me breadboard. Nice old breadboard, right? I brought me cutlass, and I'm ready to prep. Right, now what do we need for this recipe? Well, besides your cutlass and your breadboard, right? We're going to have a side dish of potatoes, because we've got lots of potatoes around here at the moment. Potatoes are pretty handy things to have, right? Lots of nutrients, right? So, we've got some sweet potatoes and some normal potatoes, right? We're going to cook them up. We're going to make salt and pepper potatoes, because any veggies, right? You can just spice up a little bit, right? Just give them a bit extra taste with a bit of salt and pepper. It's amazing what you can do with salt and pepper, right? When I'm using salt and pepper, right? I'm using the old goblets to keep it in. I like to use the actual grounds, the actual, the peppercorns there, and the actual rock salt, right? That we get, because, it's proper authentic stuff. And then you just crush it down, till it all like that. You crush it all down, so it's nice and fine. And then you'll spread it on the dish later on. So I like to get all that prepared, right? Get all that, crush it down so it's nice and fine. And then you have that to put all over that. Because you do a little bit on the salmon, and you do a lot of salt and pepper on your spuds, right? All right, that's how it was. So what else do I know about? What else is in this dish? Well, being a fish dish, you gotta have a lemon, right? And we're just gonna cut that lemon at this stage just in two while we're getting all the prep ready, right? Because later on we're gonna squeeze it for the juice. Squeeze the very juice out of it, right? Right, okay, that's that done. Now, next, we've got the dill, all right? Now the dill, you'll see that dill, right? It's a herb, right? It's a herb. It's a tropical herb, right? First brought over by those Dutch, the East India Company. They brought it over to Europe first on, right? And the dill's a great little thing there. It's a great little herb, right? So what we're gonna do with this is chop it up nice and fine, right? So chop it up nice and fine, your dill, right? The dill, because it comes on the end, it's part of the sauce, right? So you're there. All right, so it's nice and fine. All right, very good. See, nice and fine, there we go. Cut up nice and fine. Can you see that, all right? Nice, there we go. All right, we do that, got those. And the other thing that's in there is the capers. Now what are capers I hear, right here, right? You don't have to cut these up, right? There's these little round blighters, right? When I first saw them, you smell them, right? And you think, they smell like the sea. They're like fish eggs, are they? Fish eggs. Capers, they're fish eggs. But they ain't. They're not. The capers, they be little flower buds, right? Little flower buds, not turned into flowers, right? But they pickle them, which gives them that smell. And the smaller the better, right? Because that's what makes them tasty. The capers are really good. Other good thing about these little capers, right, is they're full of vitamin K, right? Vitamin K. A little bit of vitamin C, but lots of vitamin K. And as a pirate, I appreciate vitamin K because it helps you congeal your blood and stuff, and that comes in right handy when you're pirating, all right? So they're the capers, all right? They're Mediterranean. So we got a bit of a mixture here. But that's what we are like pirates, because they're all come from all walks of life and all that kind of stuff. Pretty much anyone you capture and you can jump on and become part of the crew. So you learn all these little tricks, right? So that's it. We've got the potatoes. Now the potatoes, we're dicing, all right? We're cutting them up into cubes, little cute cubes, right? Because you got that size, that there, right? 5 centimeters they call them now, or something like that, just small cubes. Because then they cook up quicker, right? So you're not waiting around forever. Because, you never know when you're going to have to use your cutlass for something else, like, shove it in somebody. Or just mount the ship or doing something like that. But ready! All right, so you cut these up. So and they're the cubes. All right. Okay. Now, that's all the prep done. What did I tell you? It's easy. So, next, we'll do the prepping and the cooking. All right. The last bit of prepping and the cooking. All right. So we'll get to that right now. Right. So here we have it. Right. You got your potatoes all cut up. Right. Nice little cube. See that? Nice size cube. Like that. A cute ones like that. Good eat. And no. I left the skin on, right? We left the skin of these things on, right? Because that's all the vitamins and stuff. Right? They're in the skin, right? So, you get them all, right? Put them into a nice bowl, right? Like this one I got here from my old shipmate, Word of Words, right? So you put all them in the bowl, right? Then, right? We got a jump there, because I'm holding the camera myself at the same time and holding the cutlass, the camera, the breadboard, all that kind of things means occasionally you're going to get a bit of a jump cut. So I apologise to all you film school students. Just think I'm one of them fancy French type directors, right? You're supposed to feel disconnected so you know it's a film. Just think about that, right? All Luke Goddardy. Alright, there we go. So, once you got them in the bowl, my lovely bowl here, got from my old shipmate, young Mr. Werner, did all these for me, this lovely bowl, right? Then, what you need is some oil, right? I didn't mention that before, but you need some oil. I tend to use whale oil, so we can go whale oil be, etc., etc. But olive oil will do as well, so right? Put a bit of oil on it, right? You want it saturated in oil. There. Because that's what helps. Besides, it helps to make the veggies crispy. It also helps your pepper. Alright, they make pepper all ground up. Did a good job with that, with the old back of the hilt of the old thing there. Bit of pepper, bit of salt, right? Now you stir all that out so it gets all over it, right? You want that all over the whole thing, right? There it is. You can see it. See how it's getting on there. It's sort of coating it. You want it coated, right? You got that. Lovely. I could go on like this for hours, but then you'd switch off. So that's me coating it. All right. Then you take what you coated, you stick it in your oven pan, right? Put it in for your oven. You stick it in your oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, right? On about 220, all right, 230, reasonable heat, not too hot. You stick it up high so there's air underneath it if you can do that, right? That to get that crispiness. And you just let the buggers cook. Pretty easy, right? Probably add a little bit more pepper and stuff on there. But you get the idea. You do it to taste. I like it quite peppery. It's probably because of all the rum I've been drinking. My taste buds are a bit fried. And I'm also out in the sun a lot. But you know, we'll go on for there. So that be the spuds. You just put them in. While they're cooking, you can get all your other stuff ready. All right. What's on next? Right. Now, time for the salmon. Now, normally, I've got these two lovely fillets here. Two little block fillets just for a light meal, right? Here they are, too late. Now normally, I just use a bit of calico with this. An old crusty old bit of calico, but they tell me, because, you know, Anston set a bar so high, you know, all the health and safety type stuff, that I've got to use these paper towels. But, you know, calico would have been good. But anyway, what you want to do, what I'm doing, right, is drying them out. Because when they're being kept, right, these fillets, when you get those fillets, they get a bit of moisture, they pick up a lot of moisture. So you want to dry them out first. You'll find they'll cook better that way, right? Okay. Nice little fillets there, right? That. Cut off that beast. Lovely. Now, I'm going to use this bowl again. Just while I put a bit of salt on them to season them, right? You want to season your fish, just helps them cook a bit better, right? That. See how it's nice and dry. It's all dry, it's sticking to that, right? There we go. I'm using that again. Because that'll get a bit of oil on it as well, which will just help on the cooking. So you don't have to add as much oil in the pan. Right, so a little bit of salt on there, and some pepper, right, and I'll do the other side in the pan, right, throw that in, and that'll just cook up nice there, gets it like that. So that's what activates the cooking juices, that'll be right. Anyway, so I want to get that on there, and you can see it on the pan, and it will make more sense. Right, now, them old veggies are starting to smell nice. They're starting to come along and get crispy. So I'm going to add a bit of my whale oil, right, to the pan, just to stop it from sticking, right. And I've got my little salted little salmon there. I put him in there, give him a little swim in the oil. Again, just so it don't stick. All right, I need a swim. Now, normally, right, you'd probably stick these on the skin side first and cook them on the skin side first. But these ones have been cut in a fashion that I'll have to sack that first meat, because they've been cut in different ways, so that's not really much point there. So you need to crisp them up a bit, make them a bit hard, otherwise they'll just fall over all the time. Right, but now, pan's getting hot there, fish is on there, and so you just need to get them cooking. Give them a turn every so often with your cutlass, all right? Just give them a bit of a tip over every time with your cutlass after they've had a chance to cook. So you're looking at maybe 2 minutes each side to cook all the way through. Nice little steak like that, all right? Little salmon steak, lovely salmon steak. Look at that. Look at that there. That's beautiful, that is, all right? It'll be right tasty, this. So, right, you can see when you turn them over, you get a nice brown at the top, right? There you are. Right. Careful with the cutlass. Sorry with that one, get a bit backing. This one's nice though, right? That's it. Get nice and crispy and brown, look at that, right? I get the end of these, I'll stick on the end, right? Just to toast up that back here a bit. Get the little skin nice and crispy. Otherwise, it's cooking along nicely, right? I can smell those potatoes, it's all coming along, right? This is what you want for your master chef. Look at that salmon, that's beautiful. Look at that colour, lovely golden colour. See the little bits of pepper on there as well. You can see them there. Look at that little crusty bits of pepper there. Lovely. Still doing a bit of oil. That might be a bit heavy-handed there, but you know, all good. Crisp for the middle. That'd be right. Look at that, how brown that is there, right? That's perfect right there. Now, you turn the heat down about half, right? You get it down to about half the heat you had before, right? You add your butter, right? Get your butter in there. Let that butter in there starting to melt up, right? Let this melt a little bit. You squeeze, right? It'll melt up a bit there, see it's melting. You squeeze in your lemon, right? Squeeze the lemon, just squeeze it, pull back and squeezing. You know, squeezing away. Look at that. Squeeze that lemon in there. That's it. Good. Right. Enough lemon in there. Once that butter is mixed in, right? You take your old soup spoon. Nice old soup spoon, right? And you ladle that butter mixture there over it. Alright? Butter and lemon. You ladle it over there, right, as you go. Beautiful, right? Just beautiful. You see that? Wow. I'm cooking this last bit and the butter all melting, right? So we're turning the heat off there now. Right. Right, then you got the pan up to direct heat, right? Remember your dill, alright? See that? Okay, it's just the leaves, right? Not the stalks. Alright, you mix that in there, right? Get it in there. In there. You add your capers, right? Yeah, that'll get in there. In amongst that sauce, right? Mix it in. Right, so it gets all that buttery flavour to it, right? So buttery flavour. That kind of stuff. And then again, you scoop it over your fish, right? Right. So it actually gets that flavour just soaking into it, right? Just that beautiful warm flavour. And you're ready to serve, right? Get those potatoes on the plate. We'll see what we got here. Then you do a bit of plating up. Get them potatoes on there nice and all that kind of stuff. There we are. Dinner of champions. Look at this. Look at this. There you go. Can you see that? Here we go. Look at that. All right. There we go. There you go. Look at that. Lovely bit of salmon. You see the dill and pickles on there. Beautiful. Lovely crispy veggies. Tastes beautiful, right? And that be our dish for today. Our celebrity cheftain. All right. Me and old Anston. We might start one of those new series, you know. My kitchen rules the sea. That'd be a nice idea. But that's it. All right. So that's salmon and dill and caper butter sauce. It was simple. It's quick. Any old pirate can make it, you know, even that guy with the big leg and the hook and the patch and the parrot that keeps doing things down his shoulder, right? He can do it too. It's a nice, easy meal. It's quick. And people taste it and think, my goodness, you're a gourmet. And you say, ha 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 ha. No, I'd be a pirate and I'd be cooking you some fish. Ha ha ha. All right, shipmates. I think Anston will be back next week. You'll be grateful for that. But anyway, I'll be signing off now. So, arrivederci. Arr.